Hello student, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your computer teacher Priyanka Rai. Hope you all are doing great. Before I start the video, you all have to like the video and subscribe my channel to get the notification about new videos. If you are having any query, you can write in my YouTube channel comment box or you can ask in WebEx class also. Let's start. So student, welcome back in this video. We are going to revise chapter number 1, computers, types and languages. Okay student, so revise properly with me. The first topic which we are going to discuss is types of computers. Types of computer. In this, first of all, the type of data they use. It will decide by the types of data they use, like digital, analog, hybrid, etc. The second one is size and processing capacity. The computer are classified, and the second point is size and processing capacities. The third point is generation, like first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation or fifth generation. After that, purpose. We are using computer for a special purpose or for general purpose. So let's discuss all the topics in proper way. So student, you can see this diagram. Okay, let me explain this. There it is written classification based on types of data. So we have already discussed how many types of computers are there based on the data they use: analog, digital and hybrid. In analog computer, it accepts continuous data and then process it and show the output. In digital, student, that computer accept only 0 and 1. It doesn't understand any other number or alphabet. Okay, so digital computer represent data as physical quantity with the help of digits or number. They use binary digits 0 and 1. Further, we can divide digital computer in two important uh, parts. The first one is special purpose and the second one is general purpose. Student, in general purpose, computer are those which can perform a variety of function. The programs are not permanently stored but are input at the time of execution. These computers are very versatile. Depending upon the software, various tasks can be accomplished, such as writing and editing in MS Word, editing picture in Photoshop, etc. The second one, classification under digital computer, is a special purpose. Special purpose computer is the one that is designed to perform a specific task. The instructions to carry out the task is permanently stored in the machine. Such computers are not versatile. They can only perform the task they are programmed to do again and again. They are used for traffic light control system, weather forecasting, launching satellite, etc. The third one under this category is hybrid. Student, hybrid computers are computers which combine the features of both digital and analog type. This type of computer operates the counting as well as by measuring. For example, heartbeat ECG machine, you all know. Okay, so the ECG machine used in hospital is the best example of hybrid computer. Let's move to our next slide. Students, some points are there which you should always remember, that analog computer work by processing the continuous analog signals such as heat, pressure, speed, etc. Digital computer work by processing the binary data of 0 and 1. Hybrid computer can accept analog signal or digital data to process the produced result. Okay? Now student, we are going to discuss the classification of computer based on size. Under this, the first one is supercomputer. Student, you all know that supercomputer is a computer with very high speed and memory. It is huge in size, covering a room. It is most expensive computer. The second one is mainframe. Okay student, mainframe computer. computer with the large storage capacity and very high speed. After that, mini computer. Mini computer are smaller than mainframe, both in size and speed, storage capacity, etc. After that, microcomputer. Student, microcomputer are the computer which we people are using in our day-to-day life. They are least powerful type of computer. They were introduced in 80s. They have a microprocessor as their central processing unit. Further, microcomputer can also divide in many other parts like desktop, laptop, notebook, tablet, etc. Okay. So some important points are there which you should always remember, that supercomputer is the largest and most powerful computer. Its speed is generally measured in FLOPS. What does it mean? Flops. Okay. So always remember this. What is the full form of FLOPS? Floating point operations per second. Okay. Floating point operation per second. So keep in mind, Param 8000 built in 1990 is considered to be India's first supercomputer. Now student, mainframe computer. Examples are also very important. So mainframe computer are computer with large storage capacity and very high speed of processing. It means that the processing speed is very high. Okay student, they have multiple processor and are mainly used in a network environment with large organization. These such computers are used in bank, railway, airways, hospital, etc., where large amount of data has to be processed quickly. Example, IBM Z series, PDP-10, etc. Now mini computer is a medium sized computer and thus suitable for large organizations, universities and research institute. Its example is also very important. It is already given in your book, so please go through it, like PDP-8, VEX series, etc. After that student, microcomputers are the smallest computer. They range from desktop PC to laptop, notebook, palm top, wearable and embedded computer. Student, wearable computers are computer which can be wear in the body. Okay. And embedded computers is a computer that is integrated into other device and is dedicated to do the function of that device, like modern TV set, digital cameras, washing machine, motor vehicles, microwave, refrigerator, dishwashers, digital watches and ATM, etc. Now in this slide I am going to discuss about computer language. As you know student, that language is a very important medium. Okay, if we have to communicate with the computer, then we need a language. So computer language can be divided in two important types. The first one is low level language and the second one is high level language. Under the low level language, there is again two languages, machine language and assembly language. Machine language, also known as first generation language. A computer understands the binary code which consists of 0 and 1. 0 means off and 1 means on. Okay. After that, assembly language. Assembly language is known as second generation language also. To overcome the problem of machine language, assembly language was developed. It uses some alphanumeric code or symbol called as mnemonic codes. Like for example, if I have to write addition, so in place of this I can simply write ADD, add. Okay, SUB, sub is the abbreviation or mnemonic code for subtraction. Like this, some more codes are also there. After that, high level language. High level language, again there are three generations in this. First one is third generation language. Under this, basic, COBOL, C, C++, Java, many languages are there. After that, fourth generation language. Student, 4GL is designed to be closest to the natural language of human than the 3GL. Languages for accessing database as often described in 4GL. Programming is easy as 4GLs are user friendly. Example of 4GL is SQL, Mantis, Ruby, etc. You can refer to your computer book also. After that student, fifth generation language comes into existence. And this language is developing. It is not fully developed. So, let's move to our next slide. Some points to remember I have given. It is related to computer language only. Like machine language is the first programming language to be developed and consists of 0 and 1. So 0 means off and 1 means on. Assembly language uses some alphanumeric codes called as mnemonic codes. It is very important, mnemonic code. Language translator like interpreter and compiler are required to convert high level language to machine language or machine language to high level language. As you already know that computer not understand any alphabet or number, so it needs a translator which convert high level to low level and low level language to high level. High level language is used English like phrases for commands. 4GL are mostly used for accessing database. 5GL are designed to make the computer solve a given problem without the programmer. 5GLs are mainly used in artificial intelligence research. So student, this full chapter I have discussed with you. Now it's your turn. Go through properly, learn each and every topic. Any problem you can ask in WebEx class or you can write in my YouTube channel comment box also. Students, some fast facts are also given in the book. That also very important. So refer to it also. Okay. Full forms are also important. So the full forms like Fortran, Formula Translator, COBOL, COBOL, Common Business Oriented Language, Basic, Beginners, All Purpose, Symbolic, Instruction Code. In book it is given standard, so you can write it symbolic. Okay. So revise properly. We will meet in next video. Take care. Goodbye.